Good morning. Today's mini lesson will be concentrated on the addition and subtraction using positive and negative numbers. Um, I've listed some rules here, or the steps in doing it. I will repeat all these rules in the next 2 pages where I'm actually doing examples, but here you can pause it and kind of go over it yourself, which is actually a good idea to think about every step on here. Alright, but I'm going to jump right into examples. Here's an example given to us. -4 minus -9. Well, the first rule is we really have a difficult time understanding what is let me see, this right here. Two negative signs in a row. Two negative signs, not numbers, but signs in a row. Really, we simplify that to mean this and this combines to be a plus. So instead of having this complicated example, we want to rewrite that as -4 minus, plus 9. Okay, that's an ugly 9. Let me erase that and start over. Plus, okay, 9 equals. Now, the first question, well, second question, because the first question was really to simplify. The second question is, are these two numbers on the same type of numbers? Are they, and I've used the analogy of teams before, are they on the same team? Well, clearly they're not. One is a negative number, one is a positive number. If they are not on the same team, if they're opposite teams, we could jump right away to rule number 4, or steps number 4. We figure out of the 9 and -4, which is the one that's going to win. Since they're opposite teams, they're kind of going to, I don't know, oppose and um, start fighting it out, if you will. So of the 9 and -4, which is who's going to be the winning team? Well, clearly it's going to be a positive because 9 is a bigger number. So the answer is going to be positive. By how much? Well, how much is 9 bigger than 4 by? It is by 5. And that's it. It's just that's the answer. So -4 plus 9 is positive 5. Now, with time, you really don't need to write that positive sign. It could just be just regular 5. Okay, example number, by the way, you should pause this here and kind of go through this example much slower on your own to figure out, if there is, do you fully understand it? Okay, I'm jumping on to the next example, and here I have -4 plus -9. Again, we have sort of double signs in a row. I prefer not to deal with that, even though that's really, in this case, it's not that difficult, but I prefer not to deal with it. So one of the ways, well, the only way to simplify that is simply rewrite that as -4 minus 9. Remember, it's only two negative signs in a row that make it a positive. Here I have plus negative, it simplifies to be just a minus. Okay. So the question is, are they on the same you decide, are they on the same team? And in this particular case, clearly they are, because this is a negative number, and this is a negative number. They're both negative numbers. Therefore, if they are on the same team, we are using 3. We combine the actual value of 4 and 9. 4 and 9 combined is 13. And the sign we give it, question is, what kind of 13? The sign we give in front of 13 is the same sign as in the original example, and there it is -13. Both numbers are negative, therefore the answer is -13. So we can go back to our original question and post the answer as -13. Again, you could pause it, kind of look through this, see if you could follow the steps. I'm going to go through several more hopefully very quick examples. Alright, example number 1, 7 plus 3. Now it's a typical problem you've been doing for years. You know what the answer is, but let's go through the proper steps. Can we simplify this in terms of signs? No, that's the way it's written. It's already simplified. There's no double signs. Are they both on the same team or opposite team? They are on the same team. They're both positive, even though it's not written here, but it's really a positive 7. Since they're both on the same team, we combine 7 and 3 to get 10. And what kind of 10? Well, clearly positive 10, since the original question is positive, we don't need to write plus 10. We could just write 10. But if you write plus 10, that's also fine. Just underscores that you understand that that's a positive number. All right, example number 2. What kind of numbers are these? Are they both on the same team or opposite team? They are clearly on the same team. And what kind? Negative team. So in this case, we combine them to be what? We combine them to be 10, because 7 and 3 combines to be 10. And what kind of 10? It is a negative 10, since the original equation, the original problem had them both as negatives. Example number 3. 7 minus 3. Same team or opposite team? Opposite, clearly, because this is a positive 7 and that's a negative 3. If there are opposite teams, we figure out who's going to be the winning side. The winning side will be clearly 7, or positive 7, because 7 is bigger than 3, so the answer is going to be positive. By how much is 7 going to win over 3? It is by 4. Well, there's the answer. And look, it's just a typical example you've been doing for years. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay, number 4 is a little different because it's the negative 7 that's bigger number. So anyway, the first question is, are they on the same team? No, they're not on the same team. Different signs. Who's going to be the winning side? The winning side is going to be negative. And by how? Because negative 7 is bigger than, well, 7 is bigger than 3. So the answer is negative by how much? Well, 7 minus 3 is 4. Therefore, the winning, the final answer will be negative 4. Okay, at this point, I mean, I ran through this question pretty quickly, with all of these questions. But again, you could pause it, think about it for yourself, make sure you understand how we got those answers. Okay, thank you.